Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Darlene. I'm the Senior Vice President of Strategy and Enterprise Sales at a company called FirstClose, based out of Austin, Texas. And FirstClose has been around for years. We're kind of like the combination between property and data intelligence and fintech combined together. So we're excited to present with you today here at FinX Tech. And so I'm going to be talking about driving the digital loan fulfillment at the point of sale. And that's really the piece, but leveraging data and technology at the point of sale really helps consumers make smart decisions by eliminating a streamlined cost and digital touch points in the origination process. A key to successful strategy in 2020 is about an instant verified approval. Let me tell you how I'm going to do that. This is our product. It's called FirstClose One. And what we do in about 1 minute and 40 seconds has a complete end-to-end, hello to here's your for home equity lending. And we start with a proprietary product that we have called Equity IQ. It's kind of like an onboarding module into most of our banks and credit unions and independent mortgage bankers who are doing this type of product into their loan origination system, but it's all white labeled and everything else. And we build those experiences tailored to our clients. And then it goes into the automated ordering up front. And so I'm going to demo the IQ for you today, but the tool will go through automated ordering. It does a customized solution based upon our client's product matrices. It actually generates an approval at the point of sale. And with like 1 minute and 40 seconds, this whole report gets built and you could use it to draw your docs today. So we've optimized the entire origination process with our unique and innovative features. Our product portfolio is very rich and deep. It covers everything from credit to income verification to valuation to flood to instant title reports at the point of sale. Instant, that's what happens. Closing, e-recordings, all of those things. We're big in the servicing business too as well. We do a lot of tax tracking, portfolio monitoring for our clients, and we do a lot of bulk transactions for our clients on servicing portfolios to help them out. So this is what I'm going to demo for you today, and I thought it'd be important to share with you a couple points about what I'm going to tell you and then what I'm going to show you, right? So leveraging property intelligence and data at the point of sale is this whole strategy. Live pricing allows the consumer to be more informed and make important decisions. Instant approval with verified third-party data is where it's all about today. Reducing touches and fulfillment costs in the origination process is very important, especially since half of my banks and half of my credit unions are still closed. So if they don't have a digital online strategy, they're basically out of business right now, right? And so this obviously leads to a better consumer experience. And for us, it leads into a 1-week closing. So let me just jump into my solution and tell you what this is all about. So this is our solution. We private label this whole thing and we put it on top of their websites and everything else. You can see that we have a nice little call to actions. You can apply now. And there's a couple things in here. We talked about rates and closing costs. These are all very specific to our banks and institutions, and they begin the application process. It has a scroll bar at the top. They enter their information, right? A basic onboarding module. They're not creating an account, okay? This is just basic information, and they can go through and they can get their home equity line of credit done this way. It doesn't need to be powered by Equity IQ. It doesn't need to be doing any of that. It's all 100% private labeled. I made it kind of generic on this particular version so that you could see it. I'll create a user ID and password and move forward. Now, already what I'm doing is I am moving into a search for the subject property. And I'm normalizing that search. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to average and pull data on that property. So as soon as you hit get equity information, it's already running into my client's CLOS or LOS, whatever you want. And it's running these calculations. And it's pulling in the data on the subject property via an automated valuation model. And we even have cascades of those. And any one of my clients can pick whatever model they want. Here, it actually is going to figure out the remaining balance on their mortgage because they probably took it out like 4 years ago at $435,000. And now today, the remaining balance on our algorithms are bringing it back down based upon how much they're paying. In this particular case, in Alameda County, you can see in California where there's good data, we see the estimated home equity of about $770,000, and their available home equity is only about $537,000 because they only can go up to a max of 80% loan to value based upon this fictitious bank or credit union's site here. And it's mostly used by banks, really. They can then continue once they have their equity, and these can all be programmed. I tailor each one of these experiences based upon that. Now, they're probably not going to borrow that much, so we're going to move this down. Actually, we would only say the amount of available equity minus their first mortgage, what we think their first mortgage balance is, and then they could go ahead, and these are all built upon today's rates and everything else. All their guidelines are in here, right? So we're making sure that they understand that. We're telling them about the approximate APR in this type of a file. They click and move forward. We have some quick little information. Now, don't kid yourself. I know everything about the subject property because they already gave me the address, but they're going to tell me what their property is because I really need this for most LOSs because I need to pass that data in on the right type of field. So in this particular could be a single family. Click on single family, and it's going to be occupied. Could be more. Those are all based upon what that would be. Here we're asking a self-assessed credit that you would normally see in these type of applications anyways. So you can see that as well. Are they employed or not employed? Let's get a job for this person. So we can put some information in here. It works at FirstClose apparently. And then 5 years, under 2 years. If it's under 2 years, we ask for additional employment. Put some income in here. Yeah, let's just go 250. I think that'd be enough to see where this is at. And then I'll just go ahead and send this through as far as the income is concerned. And the marital status. Okay, great. Now I'm getting to my first side data. Now I'm going to actually create an account, and I'm actually going to pull a soft pull credit report to bounce off the automated underwriting engine. And what happens in this automated underwriting engine is I'm going to give a conditional approval at the point of sale. So leveraging data, leveraging third-party data, driving down my bank's fulfillment costs dramatically, allowing the consumer to be the new processor, basically, right? To get an instant approval at the point of sale is what consumers are seeking today. You may need to have, and some banks' compliance departments want me to put all the disclosures up front. I can definitely do that. I do that for a lot today, so that's very easy. And they go ahead and apply. Now what's happening on this apply feature is something that is again talking directly to the LOS again, pulling in that credit, pulling back the conditions, and giving somebody an instant approval at the point of sale with conditions, right? And so this is what consumers are seeking today. That's already gone through your underwriting. It's already validated your matrix. It's already pulled in all of the property data. It's already pulled in the property search, the lien search, the tax search. So let me go log into one example. This happens to be Loans PQ by Meridian Link. A lot of credit unions use this today. I'll just jump into an account I have here so you can see what it's about. But believe me, I connect to a lot of them. CRIF Action, a lot of LOSs, CLOSs, and we are very rich and deep. And I'd say we probably do a new LOS every 3 years, every 3 months. So it also too as well, you saw that this one was instant approved. Inside the LOS, everything's pre-populated. There's no data entry, there's no touches for your processing. This in this real instance should go right to an underwriter. We'd like to see this thing close. Down at the bottom, hit the first close button, and inside the first close, embedded inside the LOS is my entire platform that they use that is pumping all of this data and documents into the system. And all of these are pre-configured. So based upon their underwriting guidelines and based upon the individual scenario, what is it that you want me in your pre-configuration? A lot of times we do automated ordering in this type of thing. I'm not doing the automated ordering, so I could explain this to you, how it would work. And how the configurations are set up. Looks like I just have 2 configurations at this point. And they could automated order it. So when they came in here and saw this, all of this would be done. But I'll go ahead and click this button. Okay, now I'm grabbing in the subject property details of details I haven't pulled up already. I'm pulling in the valuation. Okay, I'm pulling in the flood cert. It looks like that came. Okay, instant property reports coming together. I'm getting the current mortgages. I'm getting the property profile report. I'm grabbing a copy of the deed that was recorded against the subject property. That will be in a PDF. I get the tax status, making sure that's all done. Wrap that into one instant property report. Okay, great. We had good data on this file and everything else. Should the data not come in, I actually can extract that data and and put it into a smart select where it can go and find the best way to do a manual order. And my team does all of that in the back end automatically, as well as a follow up on every order. So you can see it's all in a singular view now. You can see everything, tax status paid. You can see all the information about the lot and the details in the home. You could see all of the information about the property report and what kind of grantee it was and who are the encumbrances and who's the creditor on there. If they had a first and second, you would see everything. Are their property taxes, their tax assessment, their tax exemption, the payments that they've made, and they are on time and they did pay them. All of the costs around the subject property, the deed, the flood cert, everything. You could now draw your documents and go ahead and fund this loan right now. We're trying to help our banks get to like a 5 to 10 day closing for HELOCs, and it's not that difficult. So now this report is very interesting. Each one of the reports can be pre-configured, and also when they pre-configure them, they can also be looked at each individual report as a PDF. You may want to slide those into your loan origination system a little bit differently. So again, leveraging data and documents at the point of sale, really moving this process along. Now, there's a built-in communication platform inside of FirstClose One, which is inside in your integration inside your CLOS. And so you can communicate to your account manager, and your account manager will follow up with these individual vendors, because I have lots of vendors for many different categories, right? And so basically clients and banks come to me to fulfill their vendors in this one giant workflow to automate all the way through the process. They can swap out, so we could swap out underperforming vendors at the touch of a call. I can even add upgrades. Hey, basically, this is going to be over 200,000 in Alameda County. That requires me to do a drive-by by a licensed appraiser, or maybe I want to have a full appraisal. We even have COVID type things that you can have instant inspection done by your consumer, so the appraiser doesn't even need to go in the home, right? And so this really helps our high volume clients build their workflows out of all the things that they have in their workflows. And like, for example, if we can really move this process along, leveraging technology, leveraging data, we really change the inside dynamic of really how operations have built accommodate this. Instead of going to a first, it should go to a decision maker, right? Leverage made an underwriting engine, and then also move a first touch underwriter, additional approval, make sure everything to go within that same day. That's what you're expecting. And with this, you can manage your files that way too. As you could build your own queues. You build a work queue for just themselves, so they know what's in their work queue, knock out their work when they get that stuff done. You can see files which are pending. Sometimes you have to do a full search depending on your area that you're in, right? If you're in Texas, you may need to get a full search. But basically everything adjusted back inside in real time, completely synced with your LOS, and the LOS inside of there. This is not our technology, this is technology, but you can see the legal description came, the vesting description came in. Thing is done. You could draw your docs today, right? And all the documents and all of the letter documents that go out to the customer, even embedded here, is also our FirstClose report. As one reporter, you could break it down differently. Now, this seamless integration is very important, right? Be able to understand how you can really perform and meet clients' expectations and battle against syntax of the world. Okay, so come back here to my PowerPoint. I just want to show you one last thing here. I took you through the Equity IQ into the Loans PQ submission data, which got all the automated underwriting and everything else done up front. I ran simulations up front. I got an instant approval, and now I'm ready to perform this. Thank you. That was my demonstration today. Hey, if you like FinTech and you like property tech, then let's work together. Contact us and let's talk about your strategy. So I'm Joe, that's Sarah. We're hiring. Hope you guys are well. Be safe out there, and let us know if we can help you with this type of a strategy. And thank you for taking the time to view my presentation today.